Hello everyone, and welcome to another review. Today we're going to go ahead and review a fragrance that was released in the year of 2004. I can't believe I have not reviewed it. It is none other than Chanel's Allure Homme Sport, or Spar as some people call it. Roll your R's with that one. But either way, I can't believe I haven't reviewed this scent. It's something that I had done the legwork on ages ago, but for some reason it just got skipped over in going through and reviewing things. And it never really came to mind until one of my subscribers pointed it out and was like, hey, when are you going to review Allure Homme Sport? And I was about to type back to him and say, what are you, crazy? Of course I've reviewed it. And then I stopped myself and realized, well, wait a second. I went back and looked over all my reviews and realized, no, I haven't reviewed it. So I had to break this out again. I had to retest it just to make sure that everything was still right, kind of get my opinions on it fresh. And then I had to take it out to Times Square and have people, 100 different people smell it and do that usual spiel with it and kind of redo the review. And it really brought me back to this scent, and it's actually caused it to come back out of my closet and to be more of a mainstay in some of my wearings and some of my scents. Now, with that, let's start with, go on to the review. It comes in a couple of sizes. It comes in a 50 milliliter, which is going to run you about $68. A 100 milliliter, which is 3.4, it's going to run you about $87, and a travel sprayer, which I think like around $72, and a 5 ouncer, which is a pretty big bottle, and that'll run you about $120. Now those prices are pretty standard and stagnant, and I would say that if you are purchasing this fragrance, you're probably better off buying it from Macy's, Sephora's, Nordstrom's, or one of those main stores. And the reason being is this scent is heavily bootlegged. It's heavily marketed. Really, you don't really want to. This is one of those scents that you don't really want to risk it going to the gray market or going to discount perfumers to try and get a better price on this one, because there are so many fakes flying around for this one, and you're just better going off to a direct distributor, such as, again, Macy's, Sephora's, or Nordstrom's, and just paying the retail price. If you can get a discount on it, through their site or through them, by all means, go ahead and do it. But again, because this is so heavily copied, go through them. That's my best advice. Just go through them. Eat the cost of it. It's worth it. Okay? Now, the creator of the perfume was Jacques Polg. And with that, let's go ahead and get into the notes of this actual scent. Now, the notes of this scent consist of, at our top, we have aldehydes, orange, blood mandarin, and C notes. For our mid, we have pepper, neroli, and cedar. And for our base, we have tonka, amber, vanilla, vetiver, white musk, and elemi resin. All right. Now, the design of the bottle is, again, very similar to all the other Chanel Allure series. They're all pretty much the same. Look and design, feel, caps that pretty secure on, actually. But very good design either way. The smell of this scent now, if you've smelled one of the Allures, basically, they all have the same DNA that kind of comes across it. And that's that tonka vanilla sweetness that kind of runs undercurrent with it. That really is what is shared amongst almost all of the Allures. The most different one of the Allures is probably Edition Blanche, but even that one still has that same sweetness, as well as the coming from the tonka bean and the vanilla. Primarily from the tonka, but that's really what the Allures are known for. And from that aspect, this smells very similar to Allure Homme Sport XO or XO Extreme, which came out after this one. It smells very similar to Allure. It smells very similar to Allure Homme Edition Blanche. They really differ in their tops, but the base is very similar and the same. Runs no different. Now, what you get when you spray this one right off the bat is a very sharp, kind of citrusy, and now I get a little bit of a lemony smell. Now, I noticed in the notes it said orange and blood mandarin, but it still comes a little bit more off it to me as lemony rather than orangey to it. Has a citrus, but to me it's more like a lemony citrus. So lemony citrus and a sea scent. Now, the other note in here that I mentioned, that's the very first note, is aldehydes. And this is heavy in it. The only reason I know what aldehyde smells like is because I have a nice little oil set on the side, and aldehydes is one of the scents that comes through it. And it's really hard to describe, but aldehydes is heavily in this scent. And I think that's really what's giving it that, I guess that sharpness basically to it. And when you spray it, you're gonna get that sharpness, a hit of lemon, a hit of C notes, and as the scent kind of develops and goes around, you get a little bit of neroli too as well too. But coming up from it is that tonka and vanilla sweetness to it. So it gives it a nice masculine type of a smell, and the musk kind of helps it with the masculinity. And it gives it a nice little base to it. So overall, you're looking at a sporty type of a scent. This is when people talk sport fragrances, I know people are sick of sport fragrances and sport flankers because they're lazy, whatever the reason may actually be. This is the sport to measure all other sport fragrances against, in my opinion. It's really up there in terms of its performance. It's really up there in terms of its smell, the way it's composed. This is what a sporty fragrance should be, and it does it extremely well. So I would say that this was highly a successful fragrance, especially in terms of being a flanker to the original Allure, Allure Homme scent. So for that, it does excellent. Now, the other thing that I kind of wanted to mention, or actually I did mention, and that was that it kind of held the same DNA amongst it. So overall, if I'm again to just summarize the scent, you start it off, you get a sharp blast of citrus, C notes, and as it kind of comes up, those citrus and C notes still stay there, but you get a little bit more of the tonka sweetness, and you get a little bit more of the vanilla sweetness with the musky type of a vibe to it, and that comes off as this. If you've smelled Allure Homme Sport Au Extrême, imagine very much the same thing minus the mint. That's the easiest comparison I can actually give to it. All right. Now, spray wise, you want to be careful with this one. Spray wise, I go 2 sprays, and I go 2 sprays for a reason. This is the scent that will make you the cologne guy if you overspray it. If you overspray it, it will become very cloying. Everyone will be able to smell you, and it may be a little bit too overbearing for people. The key and the really important point with this one is to master the trigger on this one. Don't trust your nose on this one. Get other people's opinions when you spray it on. See if it's too much, see if it's too little. Start with 1 spray. 1 spray, ask people how you smell. 1 spray may be enough for some people. I generally go 2, again, 1 right here and 1 to the head, and I'm good. People smell me for days, basically. Excellent on that, and I really believe the key to mastering Allure Homme Sport is mastering the trigger. Figure out how many sprays work for you and how many sprays work for you best. Start with 1, go up from there. Season-wise, all year. This is an all-year scent. The sharpness of the scent gives it that ability to be all year. It's, again, if you control the trigger, you can wear it in the summer as well too. And the reason I say it may sound strange, where you're like, oh, you can wear this one in the summer and winter. It has the strength, the power to be worn in the winter. Put on a little bit more sprays, and it still is gentle enough to be worn in the summer. And it's not going to choke anyone out if you go just 1 spray. It's actually going to be 1 or 2 sprays. It's actually just going to be just perfect for that time. So control the trigger is the name of the game. You can wear this all season round. Occasion wise, again, the same thing. You can wear this on any occasion. The only occasion that I would kind of shy away from is possibly formal occasions, and that's just because it has a little bit too much of a playful vibe to it to be. But you could actually, now that I think of it, could go for it. But work, casual, date, you name it, it goes through, right? Allure Homme Sport fits for all occasions. Age group, any age group can wear this one, whether you be in high school, middle schooler, or you be a guy that is 56, pushing on 60, getting ready to retire. You name it, you can wear it, basically. Allure Homme Sport fits all bills. And for the performance, we're talking about a very strong projection, a very strong sillage. You're going to leave a nice, huge scent trail around you. And to top it off, finally, it's the longevity on this one. For me, I have exteriors anywhere between 8 and 15 hours. Generally, though, anywhere between 8 and 12 hours. This can and will go all day, though. If you add it to your clothes and go anywhere, it'll go perfectly fine for that. Now, with all scents, I take them out and I take them to Times Square have people smell them. 87 people said that they liked it. And I have 100 people smell it. 87 people said that they liked it. To have that sink in, it's extremely rare for that many people. And it's not just that 87 people liked it, it was their reaction to it. Some of them actually did know the scent. So this has been around since 2004, so that's not surprising. But the reactions were overall positive, were extremely positive. And on top of that, female reaction to this was just out of this world. They loved the smell. They said that it was sweet. They said that it was sexy. They said it was masculine. There were comments for days on this, and it was compliments like crazy for this actual scent. And through testing it, the same thing. Compliments like crazy. As far as dislike, 13 people disliked it. Of the people who disliked it, they said that it was too strong. They said that it was too sweet. Again, be careful with the trigger. Even though I only sprayed one spray on it, they still thought that it was too strong, too sweet. And so just be careful on the trigger on this one. And there were no people who actually were waffling. Either they liked it or they didn't like it on this one. So if I'm going to go ahead and give this scent a rating, what do I give this scent? I give this scent a 10 out of 10. A perfect 10. Why do I give it a perfect 10? Now, a perfect 10 doesn't mean that it doesn't mean that to me this is the optimal best fragrance or anything like that. What it means to me, or best fragrance for me, in other words, this Allure Sport won't make my top 10 just because I like other scents better. That doesn't mean that I don't recognize a great scent when I see it. Allure Sport is a great scent because there really are almost no downfalls to it unless you dislike the scent. It's going to last you all day. You can wear it on almost any occasion. Any age group can wear it. You can wear it all year round. Doesn't matter where you are, you can wear it. For the price range, it's absolutely fantastic for that. I don't want to say niche quality just because the aldehyde's a little bit too much, kind of gives it a little bit of a cheapness to it. And that's probably my biggest criticism is the way that they use the aldehydes to it. It can come across, I hate using this term. I hate when people use it when they say something is synthetic, but I really can't say it any other way that it doesn't smell natural smelling, but you know what? That doesn't mean that it's a bad scent. It's just not natural smelling. That's all I can say about it. But it is still, again, and I've said it many times, it's still an excellent scent. And you can't go wrong for it. The compliment factor, through the roof. It's almost unanimous that women love this scent and love to wear it. And I know women that actually love to wear this scent itself. So go figure. It's unisex in that manner. And just excellent for that. Again, cautions. Do not try and buy this from a discount store. Do not try and buy this from a discount place. Fork over the money, take the bite, and get the real thing. And make sure that you're getting the real thing. Yes, that's pretty much what I can say on this fragrance, all right? So if you have any questions whatsoever, please feel free, send me a message, let me know what your experiences are with the Allure Sport. It's been around a long time. I'm curious to see what your thoughts are on this one, okay? Thank you, take care of yourselves, and have a great day.